Valerie allowed herself a moment simply to watch him, her heart swelling with a mixture of love, gratitude, and a lingering sense of wonder at the journey they had undertaken together. Their relationship had traversed uncharted territory, defying social norms and reshaping the contours of their shared existence. As Alex began to stir, his eyelids fluttering open to reveal the sleepy warmth of his hazel eyes, a small, knowing smile curved Valerie's lips. "Good morning," she murmured, her voice soft and husky with the remnants of sleep. "Good morning," Alex replied, his voice rough with the new day. He turned to face her, his gaze softening as it met hers. "Last night was incredible." Valerie nodded, her own gaze never leaving his. "It was. Every time with you is like a discovery, a reminder of why we've chosen this path together." They rose together, their movements fluid and synchronized as if they were two parts of a single whole. Valerie led the way back to the bedroom, anticipation of what was to come sending shivers of excitement down her spine. The door closed behind them with a soft click, isolating them from the outside world and all its complications. In the privacy of their sanctuary, they undressed each other with a reverence that belied the feverish need simmering just beneath the surface. Valerie's hands traced the contours of Alex's chest, her touch light and teasing, while Alex followed the delicate lines of her collarbone, his fingers leaving a trail of heat in their wake. They came together in a dance as old as time, their bodies moving with a grace and precision born of countless shared experiences. Every caress, every whispered endearment was a testament to the depth of their feelings for each other, a celebration of the love they had dared to acknowledge and claim as their own. As they reached the peak of their shared passion, the world around them seemed to fade, leaving nothing but the two of them bound by an intimacy that went beyond the physical realm. It was a connection both beautiful and bittersweet, a reminder of the delicate balance they had achieved between social expectations and the undeniable truth of their hearts. In the aftermath, as they lay intertwined among the tangled sheets, the soft rhythm of their mingled breathing was the only sound breaking the silence of the room. Valerie rested her head on Alex's chest, listening to the steady beat of his heart, a symbol of the life they had chosen to share. Despite the risks and the potential for heartbreak, their love was a complex tapestry woven from threads of desire, familial affection, and an unwavering commitment to each other's happiness and well-being. It was a love that defied the status quo and resisted easy categorization, a love that demanded both courage and a willingness to embrace the unknown. As they drifted toward sleep, each lost in their own thoughts, they knew the future offered no guarantees. They understood that their journey together would be filled with obstacles, both external and internal. But they also knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them as a united front. Their love was a beacon of hope that would guide them through the darkest times. In the quiet hours before dawn, Valerie and Alex reaffirmed their commitment to each other and to the life they were building together. They whispered promises in the dark, vowing to stay together, to treasure the love they shared, and to navigate the complexities of their unique and unconditional bond. Their story was not for the faint of heart, a narrative marked by courage, resilience, and the unwavering pursuit of happiness in the face of adversity. It was a testament to the enduring power of love to transform, heal, and endure against all odds. And as the first light of day filtered through the blinds, casting a soft ethereal glow over the room, Valerie and Alex held each other tightly, secure in the knowledge that their love, however unconventional, was a force powerful enough to transcend any obstacle that might stand in their way. They had chosen each other, not in defiance of their shared past, but as a testament to the strength of the ties that bind us against all odds. In the wake of their profound, life-altering decision, Valerie and Alex struggled with the complexities of their new normal. The first days after their intimate encounter were a delicate dance of emotions, moments of intense connection interspersed with periods of doubt and introspection. They were acutely aware of the precarious nature of their situation, and the need to establish boundaries and expectations became paramount. Valerie, always the protective mother, was the first to voice the necessity of discretion and caution. "We have to be careful, Alex," she said one morning over coffee, her eyes searching his for understanding. "What we share is something society will not easily accept. We can't let our guard down. Alex nodded, the weight of their secret casting a shadow across his features. I know, Mom. I don't want to cause trouble for either of us. We'll find a way to make this work without risking too much exposure. They agreed to maintain the appearance of a typical mother-son relationship whenever they were in public or around friends and family. It was a difficult adjustment, learning to suppress the visible signs of their deeper bond. But both understood the importance of keeping up appearances to avoid scrutiny and judgment from others. As the weeks passed, Valerie and Alex settled into a routine that allowed them to explore their new connection while preserving a sense of normalcy in their daily lives. Valerie continued to throw herself into her work, taking on extra projects to keep her mind occupied during the hours they were apart. Alex, meanwhile, focused on his job search and pursued hobbies and interests that occasionally took them out of the apartment, giving them both much-needed space. The time they spent together in the evenings and on weekends was precious, a sanctuary from the outside world. They cooked meals together, shared bottles of wine while talking about everything and nothing, and indulged in the simple pleasure of each other's company. There was an ease and comfort between them that had grown from their shared history and deep emotional connection, alongside the undeniable electricity that now crackled beneath the surface of their interactions. Valerie found herself taking extra care with her appearance, eager to evoke the same response from Alex that she had seen in his eyes that first night they had surrendered to their desires. She experimented with new makeup looks, styled her hair in ways that accentuated its natural waves, and chose outfits that were both elegant and subtly seductive. The subtle changes in her personal presentation served as silent signals of her availability and her willingness to continue down the path they had begun together. Alex, for his part, seemed to flourish under the attention and affection Valerie lavished on him. He was more confident, more self-assured than she had ever seen him, and the change in his demeanor was nothing short of remarkable. The dynamic between them had shifted in subtle but profound ways, with Valerie often finding herself looking to Alex for guidance and support the way a partner would in a traditional relationship. Their physical relationship continued to evolve, each encounter a journey of discovery and mutual satisfaction. They learned each other's bodies, the sensitive places that elicited gasps of pleasure, the rhythm and pace that brought them both to the edge of ecstasy and beyond. The intimacy they shared was a source of both joy and a lingering sense of guilt, a paradox they were still learning to navigate. Communication became their cornerstone, a tool they used to address the myriad emotions their unconventional relationship brought to the surface. They spoke frankly about their feelings, their fears, and the future, determined to face any challenge together. We can't predict what will happen tomorrow, next month, or next year, Valerie said during one of their heart-to-heart conversations. But as long as we're honest with each other and prioritize our relationship, I believe we can get through anything that comes our way. Alex reached out, his hand covering hers in a gesture of solidarity and affection. I agree, Mom. We've already defied so many odds. I have faith in us, in what we've built and where we're going. They knew their journey was far from over, that the road ahead would be filled with obstacles and potential pitfalls. But they also knew they had something special, a bond that transcended the ordinary and the mundane. They had forged a connection that was as beautiful as it was complex, a testament to the depth of their emotional and physical bond. As they moved forward, they did so with a shared understanding that the barriers they had once erected between their personal lives and their shared desires had begun to erode. They discovered it was possible to maintain the integrity of their familial bond, while also embracing the passion and intimacy they had once believed forbidden. They continued to treasure the small everyday moments, shared laughter over a meal, the comforting ease of sitting together in silence, the gentle teasing and inside jokes only they understood. These were the building blocks of their relationship, the foundation upon which their unconventional love was built and sustained. In the days that followed, Valerie and Alex found themselves standing at a crossroads, their lives irrevocably altered by the decisions they had made and the paths they had chosen to explore together. Despite the uncertainties that lay ahead, they clung to each other with fierce conviction. Their love was a guiding light in the tumultuous sea of their existence. Through whispered conversations in the dark and afternoons lost in each other's embrace, they carved out a space for themselves in a world that seemed determined to keep them apart. They knew their relationship would continue to raise questions and invite controversy, drawing the scrutiny of those who could not comprehend the true nature of what existed between them. Yet none of this diminished the depth of their commitment or extinguished the burning intensity of their desire. Instead, these challenges became the catalyst for a deeper level of understanding, a shared resolution to remain united against whatever trials they might face. As they navigated the complexities of their unique bond, Valerie and Alex learned to celebrate the joy that came with their union while also acknowledging the sacrifices such a partnership demanded. They spoke openly about the future, allowing themselves to dream of a life where love and acceptance prevailed over prejudice and fear. And as they lay together in the sanctuary of Valerie's bedroom, the soft glow of the bedside lamp casting a warm radiance over their intertwined forms, they whispered promises of devotion and perseverance, their hearts beating in unison as they faced the dawn of a new day. A day that promised more opportunities to strengthen their extraordinary alliance and affirm the enduring power of their unprecedented love. In the dim light of dawn, as the city outside began to awaken from its sleep, Valerie and Alex lay curled together in the refuge of her bedroom, limbs entangled and hearts beating in synchronized harmony. The events of the previous night still hung in the air, a potent mixture of vulnerability, passion, and the undeniable thrill of having crossed a boundary society deemed insurmountable. Yet here they were, living proof that love could bloom even in the most improbable circumstances. As Valerie traced idle patterns across the smooth skin of Alex's chest, she marveled at the serene expression on his face, a stark contrast to the whirlwind of emotions that had consumed them only hours earlier. In the quiet of the morning, doubts began to nibble at the edges of her consciousness. Questions about social norms, the sanctity of family bonds, and whether they had irrevocably compromised something sacred in their pursuit of fulfillment. Sensing her restlessness, Alex turned to meet her gaze. His voice was a low rumble that resonated with sincerity. "We'll figure it out, Mom. We've faced hard times before, and we'll get through this together, stronger and more united than ever." Valerie offered him a tentative smile, grateful for his reassurance even as her mind buzzed with the enormity of their situation. Together they had embarked on a path littered with potential landmines. Every step forward required courage, discretion, and an unwavering belief in the sanctity of their bond, a bond that transcended social labels and defied conventional wisdom. In the weeks that followed, Valerie and Alex established a delicate balance within the confines of their apartment, a sanctuary where they could explore the depths of their connection without fear of judgment or retaliation. Their day-to-day interactions remained rooted in the familiar patterns of affection, but in the privacy of their shared space, a different kind of intimacy flourished. Night after night they surrendered to the pure ecstasy of physical exploration, every touch infused with a profound understanding of each other's heart, mind, and soul. By contrast, the outside world demanded a carefully curated facade, one that concealed the true extent of their evolving partnership. At work and within her circle of friends, Valerie projected an image of composed independence, the devoted single mother whose primary concern was her son's successful transition into adulthood. Meanwhile, Alex balanced his time between job hunting and cultivating friendships that belied the deeper longings he kept hidden beneath a veneer of casual nonchalance. The duality of their existence, the public persona versus the private reality, became a dance of subtlety and restraint. They communicated through meaningful glances and coded phrases. Their shared laughter was often charged with an underlying meaning only they could grasp. And though the strain of maintaining such a charade occasionally took its toll, manifesting as moments of profound loneliness for Valerie or episodes of introspective melancholy for Alex, these challenges only served to reinforce their commitment to each other. As they adapted to their new reality, Valerie and Alex discovered that their relationship required constant negotiation and redefinition. They established ground rules designed to safeguard the integrity of their connection, while also acknowledging the inherent risks of their unorthodox union. Open communication became their guiding principle. Frank discussions about boundaries, expectations, and potential triggers helped them navigate the complexities of their dynamic with grace and compassion. It was not long before the outside world began to exert pressure on the fragile ecosystem they had so carefully constructed. Well-meaning family members questioned Alex about his social life and romantic interests, casting him in the role of the eligible young bachelor poised for a future filled with unlimited possibilities. Valerie, meanwhile, faced veiled suggestions from friends that perhaps it was time she considered dating again, reclaiming a portion of her identity that had lain dormant since she was widowed. These external influences threatened to destabilize the delicate balance Valerie and Alex had achieved, forcing them to confront uncomfortable truths about the longevity and sustainability of their union. Were they merely indulging in a fleeting taboo? Or had they stumbled upon something truly enduring, a love capable of withstanding harsh public scrutiny? In moments of doubt, Valerie sought solace in the quiet moments they shared away from curious eyes. Stolen kisses in the kitchen, the comforting weight of Alex's arm across her shoulders as they watched television, the tender way he brushed an errant strand of hair from her face. These small acts of affection strengthened her spirit, reminding her that their connection extended far beyond the realms of physical desire. For his part, Alex wrestled with the responsibility that came with being the protector of their shared secret. He watched his mother closely, ready to provide support and reassurance whenever her resolve seemed to waver. In his eyes, Valerie witnessed a maturity and depth of character that belied his years, confirming her belief that their love was far from superficial. It was rooted in mutual respect and an intuitive understanding of each other's most intimate needs. Despite the complexities of navigating their intimate relationship within the confines of their familial bond, Valerie and Alex continued to grow both individually and as a unit. Conversations delved into topics ranging from personal aspirations and philosophical reflections to the logistics of managing a dual existence that required constant vigilance. Over glasses of wine or during quiet walks in the park, they exchanged hopes and fears, weaving a tapestry of shared experiences that fortified their connection. It was during these moments of reflection that Valerie came to appreciate the profound transformation that had occurred within her. Motherhood had imbued her with strength, patience, and resilience. Yet her evolving relationship with Alex unlocked facets of her personality that had long remained dormant. She felt alive in ways she never thought possible. Her spirit lifted by the exhilarating surge of newly discovered passion combined with the comforting certainty of unconditional love. Similarly, Alex discovered new dimensions of himself through his interactions with Valerie. He learned the importance of sensitivity and emotional intelligence, recognizing that true intimacy extended beyond mere physical gratification. His respect for his mother deepened as he witnessed her vulnerabilities and honored her trust in him by treating their unconventional partnership with dignity and care. As spring gradually yielded to the heat of summer, Valerie and Alex found themselves reflecting on the journey they had undertaken so far. They acknowledged the precarious nature of their arrangement, recognizing that the path ahead was filled with uncertainty. Yet they also celebrated the milestones they had achieved. Every obstacle overcome was a testament to the strength of their bond and the legitimacy of their union. Their love had evolved into a multifaceted entity, complex, nuanced, and resistant to simplistic categorization. It was a source of incredible joy and, at times, of profound pain as they contemplated the sacrifices demanded by the path they had chosen. Together they mourned the loss of normalcy, accepting that their lives would forever be colored by the decisions they had made. But within that acceptance lay a sense of liberation. They were no longer prisoners of social expectations, free instead to define their relationship on their own terms. In quiet moments of introspection, Valerie occasionally allowed herself to imagine a life without the constraints of their current reality, a life where she and Alex could live openly without fear of censure or ostracism. Although such fantasies provided temporary respite from the pressures of their situation, she knew the true measure of their success depended on their ability to navigate the present while planning a future that accommodated both their private happiness and their public responsibilities. Their love affair was a delicate ballet, every movement carefully choreographed to avoid disrupting the intricate balance they had achieved. As they danced along the razor's edge between propriety and desire, Valerie and Alex clung firmly to the belief that their journey, no matter how fraught with obstacles, was worth every risk, every moment of doubt, and every sacrifice made along the way. Through confessions whispered in the dead of night and tender affirmations offered in the soft glow of dawn, they affirmed their devotion to each other, promising to face whatever storms awaited them with grace, dignity, and an enduring faith in the power of their extraordinary love. With hearts intertwined and souls united, Valerie and Alex ventured into the unknown, determined to chart a course toward a horizon brimming with hope, understanding, and the promise of endless tomorrows.